This is our next lesson. We're moving away from international trade to financial services. Financial services is, I would say, kind of a more first year business topic rather than second year, but we covered as part of the second year course, so it is kind of a nice topic. Kind of, I suppose, easier to understand. So obviously the idea here is that we're looking at financial services. So just actually before I start, we will be doing much more. Well, we have 2 more full weeks after this. We'll still be kind of covering, finish up this chapter and kind of get a little bit more into something else. But after that, we will be going over a lot of the chapters we've done, in terms of looking at the questions and answering questions and things, because right now it's just not, as I suppose, an ideal environment to be doing questions and assessing them. So we'll be doing a lot of that when we get back to class, and our focus now is on covering material. So financial services. So we're looking at financial institutions. So they provide finance services for customers. So a financial institution is a bank. What do the bank do? They store your money. They provide you with loans. They manage your payments. If you're paying towards Spotify or something like that, the payments go through your bank. So generally, it's managing money. That's what financial institutions do. There are different types of financial institutions. So we have our regular banks, AIB, Ulster Bank, everything like that is commercial bank. We also have our credit unions, your local Castleblaney credit union, or I suppose a lot of major towns have a credit union now. We have building societies as well. Building societies, most common one is EBS. Generally, they are for, I suppose, kind of more payments to do with generally buying buildings. And the fourth one there is the post office. So An Post as well acts as a financial institution. So the first one is commercial bank. What is a commercial bank? They're a bank, and they offer financial services to the general public and to businesses. A commercial bank is the bank that you know of, and they offer basically financial services, as we looked at earlier, both to you and to a business. So types of accounts you can get with a bank. So the first two we're looking at there is current account, used for your day-to-day banking. Basically, they're offered by the commercial banks, credit unions, building societies. A current account is the account in which you will be generally spending your money in. So if I go into a shop and I buy loads of things and I tap my card or insert my card and type in my PIN, all that money is coming out of my current account. If I want to pay for Spotify or Netflix or something like that, and I have a subscription set up with them, the money comes out of my current account. So your current account is generally your day-to-day spending, and that's what your current account is. It's current, it's day-to-day. The other account we're looking at is a savings account. We call it deposit as well. So they're obviously for what? Saving money. So they're offered by the commercial banks, building societies, An Post, and the credit union. So building societies offer savings accounts, but they're not current account banks. So for a savings account, generally you're not spending the money in the short term anyway. Generally it's kind of more long term. You keep the money in the savings account, and then if you want to spend it, you bring it out of the savings account and back into your current account. Savings account are more long term, and they'll be very popular for the credit union and building societies, but you have them as well, which are commercial banks and An Post. So our current account again, which is our day-to-day one. So you have your income that goes into your current account. It's a place for you to have your money safely. Well, it's safer than having it in your, safer than having it in your pocket, safer than having it under your bed. Well, some would argue. You can use it to pay for goods and services, pay bills and transfer money, as I said, transferring money to a friend, paying for a subscription service, paying for the groceries, something like that. That's your current account. Again, we looked at it in a bit of detail. You receive regular statements detailing all the transactions. I'm going to zoom in there as much as I can. It's not the clearest, but we can see things there, that there is spending there on a mortgage, electricity. They have other different things, that they took money of an ATM, they paid by check. So this is just basically different things that we have to do with our accounts, just in terms of how much money we're spending and how much money we're earning. So it's your general day-to-day spending. Amounts paid into the account are known as lodgements. So if you receive money, it's a lodgement. So your wages are lodgements. And amounts you spend or withdrawals, there we got it. Withdrawals or amounts you spend are basically obviously money out. So if I'm taking money out of an ATM, it is a withdrawal. Also, if I'm just spending money in general, it's also just a payment out. Okay, if you want to own a current account or deposit account, you're going to need identification, like anything. So in order to open them, either a current or deposit account, you will generally need proof of your identity. You'll need proof of address, usually using a utility bill, which would be electricity bill or something like that. Something sent to your home that states that you in fact do live in this address. And you'll also need a PPSN number, as in just whatever your number is generally. Most of you will have hopefully that track somewhere. So providing you have this bit of information, you can go to a bank and open up a current account and perhaps a savings account as well. So you have your bank account. Well, you need money, so you need to lodge money into your account. So you are the account holder because it's your bank. You hold the account, and you can lodge money over the counter by going into the bank, handing over €100 and saying, can you please put this into my account? You can do it through an ATM. There's certain ATMs where you can actually put money in. Those ATMs are usually inside in the bank and not the ones you see in the street. The ones you see in the street are usually just for taking money out. But there's also ATMs that you can find in the bank that you can put money in, or which are self-serving machines as well. To be fair, they're more or less the same thing in the bank branch. And an enlargement slip may be used as well. So a enlargement slip is just amount detailing how much money you've received, and it's much more common for a business to use. Basically, you can put money into your bank by going into a bank, doing it over the counter or putting it through a machine of sorts. You can also have it transferred. So an employer transfers wages or salaries directly into your account, and this is called pay path. It's a direct path for your wages into your account. So I'm paid by the Department of Education. I don't even have to think about it. Every single time that I'm due for payment, the money comes automatically directly into my account. It's a pay path. It's set up every week. So I'm not sent a check in the post and I need to lodge the check or anything like that. The money goes straight into my account. So pensions or benefits are paid directly into your current account as well if you're receiving a pension, or if you're receiving any form of social benefits. Someone's on the COVID payment, which is the pandemic unemployment payment, it would be paid directly into their account as well. They don't have to, go into the bank to receive the money. And also a third party, which is anybody else, could transfer money electronically from their account into yours. So if somebody was sending you money, they'll basically generally just send it electronically into your account. So that's if you're putting money into your account. What happens if you're taking money out of your account? So if you're withdrawing cash at a bank using a withdrawal slip, so if I go into a bank and I want to take money out, I could have a slip stating how much money I want to take out. I could go to an ATM in the machine or on the street, an automated teller machine on the side of the street, and put in my card, my PIN number, and detail how much I want to take out. If I pay for anything, if I go into the shop and use my card, either tap the card or insert the card and put in my PIN using a digital wallet. So again, these are kind of much more common now, I suppose, in terms of even paying through your phone. Standing order, which we'll look at down the line. Direct debit, we'll look at. Credit transfer, check, as I'm sure you may have seen a check before, fees and charges. So we'll focus on these down the line. There's a little bit of slides where we'll be going through all these details. In fact, you know what, I'll leave it there just because it's coming up to the weekend and we're kind of introducing all of these items, and I'll go through them the next day. There's not a whole lot in this chapter, so we'll go through them in time to come. What we focused on now is these are different ways of what we've focused on so far. These are different ways of spending money from your account. These are our slides for how to lodge money into your account. So how to put money into your account, how to take money out of your account. After that, we looked at opening the account. Before that, what the account is for. And again, what are the two types of accounts we can have that we're focusing on: current account and savings account. And the very first thing we started with is what are the financial institutions. So what are the financial institutions? What are the bank accounts we can have? What does it look like? How do we start one? How do we put money in and how do we take money out? And we'll be looking at financial institutions more in our class next week. We have a live class next week at 9:07, 9:05 roughly. So I'll chat to you more then. Enjoy the weekend.